Again, hello and welcome to Hatty Waiver Wire Guru. We're getting to week 13, okay, and we are going to blow it up this week. I got a lot of ideas for you, okay. I'm going to mix it up just a little bit for you guys. I'm going to give you 4 ads, a QB, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. And then what I'm going to do is give you 4 running back ideas and 4 wide receiver ideas. Okay, and the reason for that is I don't see a lot of great QBs out there on the waivers that I haven't mentioned before. And same with tight ends. I've mentioned a lot of these guys. If you need some ideas at quarterback or tight end, just go watch my previous videos and I have more than enough ideas out there for you. Okay, so the first 4 are going to be people that you can add on your bench and even use as some spot starters for you. Okay, first is a quarterback. I like Sage Rosenfels. Okay, the reason I like Sage is because, you know, he went through a dip and I think some owners dropped him and stopped using him. And we're going to go in there and pick him up, put him on our bench, and I really think you're going to see some great production from Sage here over the next coming weeks. He had a great week last week, and I do expect some really good stuff from him. The other guy, going to running back, I'm hoping he's there. Probably won't be. He happened to be on my waiver wire. That's why I'm mentioning him, because somebody dropped him. It's Mewelde Moore. Okay, Pittsburgh. Parker re-aggravated the knee, and I think you're going to see Mewelde Moore for a good amount of time. Could even be a great playoff guy for you. If you're in a PPR league, he's an absolute must. Okay, next, wide receiver is Kevin Walter. Man, this guy's looking sharp. I would recommend him, especially for a fill-in, especially if you had, you know, like a Chad Johnson situation or a Plexico Barres situation. Kevin Walter could have fit in there for you. Moving into tight end, Kevin Boss. I mentioned him in a previous video back as someone we're going to watch. I really think he's developed. Just a big target for Eli. Kevin Boss would be a great pickup. Okay, next what we're going to do is get into 4 wide receivers, then 4 running backs. Okay, the first is wide receivers. I like Devone Bess. Okay, this is a wide receiver on Miami Dolphins. Greg Camarillo is absolutely hurt. Going to be out for a little while, and I think Devone Bess is going to be a big recipient of extra targets, and so he could be someone you could stash on your bench. Next guy, I really thought Ron Curry was going to be the guy on Oakland, but it's Ashley Lelie. Okay, he had a great game. Obviously, someone's got to step up with Javon Walker being out, and Ashley Lelie is their wide receiver number 1, so we're going Ashley. And, you know, he's been good in the past, and we'll see how it goes. Next is an old guy out of 49ers is Isaac Bruce, but man, he's got that energy that I love in players where they catch the ball and they're just like got that T.O. attitude, you know, where like just keep giving me the rock. And Isaac Bruce has that attitude, and I think you can ride the hot hand there. Next is Brandon Stokley. Obviously, he's been injured. He's coming back from injury, and I think he's 100% now, and I think he can be a great pickup for you. Okay, moving on to running backs. This guy, I think New York Giants need to be fined big time for what they did with Brandon Jacobs. That's just low. But Derrick Ward's a beneficiary there. You're going to have to keep an eye on injury reports, but as long as Brandon Jacobs doesn't go, then Derrick Ward, get him in there. Next is Leon Washington. Wow, he's been very consistent. The Jets are playing lights out. Man, the Jets are playing lights out, and Leon Washington is doing an excellent job. So I imagine he can be a great fill-in for you. If you had some people like maybe you had Edgerrin James in the past, and you're just like, man, what do I do? Leon's not a bad starter. Next is Maurice Morris from the Seattle Seahawks. I added him to my bench. He is a starter. I think he's better than Julius Jones. Point per reception leagues, Maurice Morris is an all-around good back. And, you know, I definitely put him on my bench, and I'd recommend you do it on yours too. And finally is LeRon McClain. He's more of a watch list guy for me. He got the bulk of the load this week. I've always liked him since the beginning of the season. Big running back. You know, he can be great for your bench. All right, there's a lot of choices there for you guys with this. Let's review everything, and then we'll be done. The 4 ads are Sage Rosenfels, Mewelde Moore, Kevin Walter, and Kevin Boss. The 4 wide receivers I recommended were Devone Bess, Ashley Lelie, Isaac Bruce, and Brandon Stokley. And finally, at the running back, I suggested Derrick Ward, Leon Washington, Maurice Morris, and LeRon McClain. Okay, so that should be more than enough picks. That should really help you guys going into playoffs here. I'm really excited about this waiver wire week because there's so much. If you have any questions, email us hattywaiverwireguru@hattywaiverwireguru.com, and always go visit my website. It's hattywaiverwireguru.com. Thanks again, guys. Good luck in week 13.